Hello, adventurers, and welcome to Grognard and Friends, where friends gather to explore the world of the Aria, all while playing Dungeons and Dragons. And speaking of the friends, let's check out this week's episode of Grognard and Friends. When last we left the friends, they had finally made it out of the Stratavernius house, having traversed endless stairs to unknown locations and having half of the party seemingly possessed by spirits. And just when they thought the worst was over, the friends found themselves having to battle strange monstrosities and the all too familiar greenish ghouls within the malodorous mist. But this time was different, with a number of unexpected variables. Reed and Vivalda were nowhere to be found. When they encountered the monstrosities and shortly after the battle began, Butt Trumpet had an unexpected surge of magic that caused them to grow to an incredible height. In the end, the friends were victorious and soon found their friends who had been waylaid by one of the monstrosities. And once out of the fog, in a happy, frustrating, and sometimes maddening encounter, they found their old friend Eldred, who had been waiting for them. After some interesting experiments, the friends were finally able to get Butt Trumpet back to their normal size and make it back to the Stone's Throw, where Vivalda took her leave in search of a previous acquaintance, and an emissary from the palace had arrived to speak to them. So, friends, this finely dressed and somewhat frustrated older gentleman stands before you. What do you do?
Gonna listen
What
quietly.
What time of day is it again? Did we make it back in the morning or
It's a little bit before dinner.
good afternoon, sir? We apologize for keeping you waiting.
Only a little over a week.
Yeah, it's been weird. I could either show you or we could just go on with the business. So, how you doing?
Well, we'll skip over how I'm doing because let's just get to the business then.
All right.
My name is Lord Stadenborg. I'm an emissary from the palace, specifically Master Quaid, who speaks very highly of you, especially your leader, Master Eldred, and he points at Eldred and says, I assume that's you. He says, we have a job that needs to be taken care of and needs to be taken care of quickly, I am told, which is why, if you didn't show up today, I believe the group known as the Shadow Scourgers, we were going to be contacting them because I believe they have similar qualifications as yourselves regarding the finding of lost children, as it were, which is what this is about. There is a merchant by the name of Silas Marner, who lives in a small village west of the city called Forest Grove. We have received word that a child within the city has gone missing under mysterious circumstances. That's really all we know. But from what I've been told, Mr. Marner has some sort of relationship with the palace. I'm not exactly sure the details. I do know that he has promised his daughter to the palace once she becomes of age. So I guess she will, which I think is coming up, she will come to the palace and work in the kitchens or work towards becoming a lady in waiting or perhaps working in, taking care of the palace itself. We'll have to see where her skills lie. But being that Mr. Marner has been so gracious as to offer up his daughter, this request we feel should be addressed. That's really about it.
Have a
Go
name
ahead.
for the child?
I don't know who the child is. All I know is that the palace received word that a child went missing. So I would assume once you make it to Forest Grove, to make contact with Mr. Marner, Mr. Silas Marner, and get the details there. I'm sure any of the authorities in Forest Grove would probably be able to give you the same information. Mr. Marner, being a merchant, may not be uh, the best authority on what's going on, but he is the one who contacted us. So he is the only person we know of, and he sent word via courier. So I don't know really how much time has passed. So that's why time is of the essence, especially now.
We can do it.
Ah, yep.
Very good. Do you have any other questions?
Okay, we're going to meet Mr. Silas Mariner, Forest Grove. His child was
Marner.
missing west of
Marner, sir.
Marner,
Yes.
west of town. There is a time factor here. Now, I'm curious with the prohibition on horses and stuff that has been happening. Are we going to be given access to maybe some better horse flesh to get to this town in a timely manner from your employer, or should we just make do with what we can find?
Well, the assumption is that you. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. I have to admit I am not familiar with your band of merry adventurers, as it were. But you are a group of adventurers, are you not?
Correct.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Merry on occasion.
All the time
To
heroes.
varying degree, yes.
Well, the palace, when they hire people, usually assume that they have the tools necessary to do their job. So that'll be up to you. But keep in mind that we don't know how long this child has been gone, and the fact that missing children, from what I am told, it is kind of imperative to find them as soon as possible before some, well, we'll just say nastiness occurs.
Oh, most certainly. Okay. Well, I was just curious because I know Seven Rivers had an issue with the horse plague or whatever you wanted to call it. So I wasn't sure
Mother.
access.
Well,
Yes.
from what I understand, there are people who have set up little kiosks, as it were, outside the gates and have
excellent.
been taking in and selling horses.
Oh, good.
And I think there
okay.
are some who are even selling oxen. I'm not 100% sure.
Excellent. Okay, that is good news. Now you are a messenger, obviously, for Mr. Quaid.
Not a messenger.
Sorry.
I am affiliated with Master Quaid and an emissary.
A
of the
representative.
palace. Yes.
A representative. Sorry, I missed. It's been a long couple of days. Are you aware if Mr. Quaid is aware of what is happening over in the near the bitch by any chance with the large creatures there?
Large creatures. I'm afraid I don't follow you.
Oh, okay. Well, before you leave, I guess we wanted to make sure we properly alerted people to this because this is why we were tied up for a few days. Yes, we were a little tardy. We took the heads of the beasts as proof, evidence. We have them out back, and I kind of want to show someone in authority these things to make people aware. We were thinking about bringing them to the guard, but obviously you're here right now, so I don't know.
Well,
if it's...
yes, but the idea of dealing with heads, as it were, I think is not really in my.
Oh no, it's more of just to show you it, to see the scale and the size of it, to get across when you pass along the information. Perhaps you do it with a little bit more oomph, if you will.
Yes, I appreciate what you are doing, but that just really doesn't seem like the sort of thing that my place in the palace would really deal with.
Do you know
okay.
someone in the palace then, along with the guard, we should alert if they do not already know?
I would alert the guards, And they know the proper channels in which to move this sort of information upwards. And if it is deemed worthy of palace attention, then it will make its way to the palace.
Okay, because we have witnessed and tried to stop at least some of these creatures from abducting citizens. So, and if you were ever to see one of these things, you kind of wonder alive, by the way, abducting them alive for some kind of unknown. We can only speculate. But needless to say, we'll make sure we pass this information on to the guard before we leave to go do the task that you have sent us for.
Are these what are taking the children from the Eastern Districts, which is, from what I gather, how your names came to Master Quaid's attention?
From what I gather, the kids went missing first, and then these larger things started to appear. Now, granted, they are an accompaniment of these like greenish glowing entities that are the ones that drag the people off after they've been waylaid. Now those things could have easily carried off children, I think. But from the research and the questioning we've done, talking with parents and the one child that we first brought back, we noticed that they were in a kind of state that they seem to have been controlled from afar, if you will. We believe it's some kind of magic. It's the only thing that makes sense, I guess. With the rise of magic becoming more of a thing, I can only imagine God knows what, or Bacchus in this case, my personal guy, what is being awoken out there in the bitch. Are you aware of the Stradivernius house? Has that made it to your ears or your Mr. Quaid's ears at all?
What is the Stradivernius house?
It's a house over on the edge of the bitch where some things have happened.
Okay, I understand that people working at the palace, I believe I've heard mention of what they refer to as the bitch house.
Probably the same location. If you look in your documentation pre-Witch War, I think maybe, you can attest that the house owners was the Stradivernius and they had some less than reputable name. Dabbling in bad things, to say it easy.
And this house is where these creatures are coming from?
We've witnessed them outside of it, but we haven't seen them in it. But needless to say, that place is dangerous.
Very.
And we wouldn't recommend just anybody going in there.
Oh, well, that makes perfect sense. It's on the edge of that big hole, so I would definitely understand.
Oh, yes.
That. Plus, it's very old.
That and there are some kind of magic effects happening around it. Or in it, I should say.
Oh, my.
Yes, it's just a word of warning to pass along through the palace that if anyone has the bright idea of going to the Stradivernius house, to make sure you probably don't, but if you do, magic's involved. So don't just send a guard, patrol, or something, because they will not
Definitely don't send a guard.
Yes, just not a guard.
He looks down across the table at the little goblet that's sitting there with the hand rising up.
Yeah, I'm not like propped up on anything, so my eyes aren't like above the table, so I'm just.
Oh, sorry, yes, party member there.
I see. Well,
yeah, we have an overabundance of magic users, oddly enough.
Well, that will prove helpful then in your endeavors. I would not worry about the people of the palace going into the Eastern Districts. I do not think that would be something that would be a common activity, but it is good to know.
As more of if you were dispatching agents on your behalf, perhaps.
Ah, I see. Yes. Well, I believe that's the guards' territory, actually. So
I wasn't sure. I didn't want to assume anyone in the palace wouldn't potentially have to get their hands dirty every now and again, or send some people on their behalf to do so. Granted, yes, you have the guards, but sometimes the guards obviously aren't the right tool for the job.
well, I thank
In
you
this
for
case,
this
we are the right
information, and
tools.
I will pass it along to someone at the palace.
We are the big tools. Yes.
Huge
Ah,
tools.
so
Now
that is
that's
your
a
name, the
pony.
Big Tools.
No. Oh, no. Oh, good Bacchus, no.
No. No. I apologize.
It's still being
I
workshopped.
dwarf humor. It's very odd.
That's one way of putting it.
Starts crossing something out on a tablet. Oh, okay.
But it was a pleasure meeting you. When we finish this task and come back to town, should we just send a letter up to the palace in regards to Mr.
Yeah.
Quaid, yourself?
I would suggest that you get a document from Mr. Marner, or possibly the mayor of Forest Grove. One of them confirming that the task has been handled and settled and completed in the affirmative, and bring that back, and then send word to Master Quaid that the job has been completed. And
Oh, do we have any documentation or something to show that we are, in fact, the group that is handling this problem for Mr. Marner from you?
I think if you just say that the palace has sent you,
Okay.
this town is off the beaten path and such that
Okay.
I would have a feeling that they probably don't have a lot of people coming by saying, "Oh, I'm from the palace."
Just making sure, because when we work with the guard, we have to have proper documentation and all that. I wasn't sure how
Well, but that's
in
very
depth that was.
understandable. It's a good way to avoid having your head removed from your shoulders, as it were.
Yeah. Yes, murder of people. Okay.
Before
Okay,
before
so
you
I
go,
hear.
are you sure you don't want to see the big heads? Because I mean, who
Yes,
would want to see
I
big
think
heads?
I'm very sure, actually. It sounds very not something
Icky.
I'm the least bit interested in seeing, actually. The description
Really?
has been enough. I definitely get the picture. And
I mean, I would want to see lots of big heads if you know.
Well, anywho.
Well, we can mention that maybe once we find this missing child, we come back and we start a head collection.
Well, I really think we've probably taken
just
care of
monsters.
everything here.
Oh,
Trophies,
headhunters.
like monster
Headhunters
trophies.
might be a name.
Headhunters.
That's got
It
The
was
big
Lord-
tool headhunters. Yes, I think that has quite a
Yes.
nice ring to it.
It was
Headhunter
Lord
of big tools.
Staudenberg, yes?
Yes, Lord Staudenborg.
Staudenberg.
thank you for-
Okay.
Thank you for your time, Lord Stoutenberg.
I'm glad it finally happened, and I hope it's not too late. And whoever this poor child is, I hope that you're able to rescue them, save them, find them, or whatever it is that needs
Avenge
being
them.
done for them. Godspeed,
We are on the case.
good luck, and may the wind be ever at your back, and all that other stuff you say to people who are going off on adventures. So,
And may Bacchus
That's
bless your
about it.
parties.
thank you. Yes. Matter of fact, I do believe I have a party I should be getting to later this evening, so I will take my leave of you.
Ah, may you overindulge and suffer no consequences.
Oh,
That's
thank
a good
you,
one.
sir. Thank you.
I
My
really
life
just
can
came
be
about
very
it.
troubling, and that will help a great deal with my troubles. So, I bid all of you good luck and adieu. And he gets up, brushes himself off, kind of looks at the underneath of his shoes, and walks out. And as he walks out, you notice there are some palace guards at either side of the front door, and he nods to them, and they leave.
He was fancy.
Eldred says, "Well, fuck me very much."
Yeah, my fearless leader. Let's. You know what happens if we fuck up, right?
We don't come back.
Oh yeah, we definitely don't come back if we don't find this kid.
So if we don't find this child, the future of the the big tool headhunters is going to be at a problem, huh?
Oh no, we just go to the next. We go try our luck at Ankmar.
Nah.
Oh.
I would
They
miss
might-
the stone's throw though.
We'll
course.
find a different stone's
Let's
throw,
come
or we
here.
get stone's throw too.
STT.
Stone throw 2, the pebbling.
Anywho, I'm gonna go make sure those heads aren't eaten by wild animals or something out back, or rats or dogs. And
Cool. I'll check on them with you. And then are we gonna nap or are we just gonna?
oh, we are most certainly going to get some sleep.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a nap. Also, Reed, where did you get your footy pajamas? I need a pair.
The gross part is he's had those for so long, I don't even know for sure where we got them.
Yeah, I've had them for a while. Not around here, but I'm sure they have them wherever you got the
Fandelver?
Yeah, I think
Is that where you got
Eldred
those?
says never heard of a place like that.
Ferngully?
It's called
It's one of those.
But next time we hit the market, I'm sure we can find some.
I could definitely
Okay,
stand
so-
for some feeding.
So, plan is we rest up, make sure we have supplies. We'll stop at the guards, drop off some heads, and explain to them what happened. And then
Eldred says, like you do.
yeah, well,
Like the-
Just hold them out, drop it, and
yeah, is there an overnight bin we could just slide these in, or we'll leave
a
a
little
note?
mail slot, perhaps.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh god, I
That'd be a
can
big
only
mail
imagine.
slot.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one.
Yeah.
The one guard on watch on the other side of that door is just going to be horrified.
Just as slowly pushing it through the slot.
Yeah, this
Force
big head
it,
goes.
yes.
Oh yeah, just here on the other side, me whacking it with the hammer, just trying to get it through.
The head just going.
Anyway, less horrifying thoughts. So, all right, we do that, supply up. Then apparently there are just horse kiosks on the outside of town. Got to make sure we go to the west side. That's
Yeah.
important. Don't want to go.
I will
And then,
talk to Butterbeer just to let him know what, excuse me, the plans are.
Okay.
Yes.
As
and that
all
we
of
will need to
you-
raid his-
I'm sorry, you were saying, Nikita?
just that we would need to raid some supplies possibly again.
As
We
you
do.
all get up, everyone give me a perception check, please.
I don't see shit.
Oh, we're -3, correct?
Me
Correct.
neither.
Yes.
Okay.
Nikita coming in at the bottom.
How? Oh,
Talent
God,
and low intelligence.
Reed and Gaius, as you're getting up, you notice a little commotion as a group of 3 people walk in, kind of drag themselves into the inn looking put upon, tired, dirty. It is human male, a elven female, and the last looks like either an older male or a really large dwarf. You're not sure. They walk in. They all look like they're just kind of dragging their feet, and you talk about long faces. They just look like they've seen some shit. And they just look like they've
Us.
been through it, and the woman is still kind of crying and not like outwardly sobbing, but her face just looks like she's been crying for quite some time. The first guy looks really, really like just beat to crap emotionally, and the last guy just kind of has like a flat look on his face, like just shell shock, kind of nothing. And Butterbeer says, "Oh, Gas, what are you guys doing back so soon? I thought you were going to be gone on that job for like a year. And the first guy says, we never even got there. I can't even talk about it. Is our room still here? And Butterbeer says, no, I didn't expect to see you for a year, but I have some rooms you can take. Yeah, please. He puts a couple keys across the door. And he says, Marjorie, are you? And she just starts crying and sobbing again and hurries after the first two as they head up the stairs. Butterbeer turns to this large figure that, like I said, could be a regular size burly male or an incredibly large dwarf, and says, Kaveh, what is going on? Where's Charles? And he said, and this big burly figure looks at him, shaking his head, and says, we never even got to the job. We got north to these wastelands, and there was this. He looked like a dwarf. He was the biggest dwarf I've ever seen. And he had this sword, this black iron broadsword. And he stood in our path. And there was something about that sword. It just gleamed in the cold night air. And Charles just said, I got this, and went forward, and they spoke. And then they both each took a step back and started to fight. And when we went to go forward, both of them motioned us back. And the fight went on for a while. Charles, it was horrific. I've never seen anything like it. And there was no point to go any further. So we just turned back. And Butterbeer says, but you've been gone like over a month. Almost 2 months. Yeah, we never even made it there. Is there anything I can do, Butterbeer says? Just, we'll be in the room for a while, and I'm not sure what... I think this is the end of us. I don't think we're going to be doing anything else, not after this. I don't know that we can recover after this. I mean, Char was the leader. Char was... he was Charles. He goes, if you'll forgive me. And you see he kind of wipes at his eyes and then just walks off and heads up the stairs. And Butterbeer is just standing there kind of staring at them, gobsmacked, shaking his head, just kind of looking after them as they go.
Reed will hop up near the bar after hearing that and just say, anything we could do, Butterbeer, to help?
I don't think so. It doesn't look like there's really much anybody can do.
That sounded really sad.
Yeah, they were.
Were they trying to rescue somebody?
I don't know what it was, but it was an adventuring job that. Well, they just thought this was their ticket to Easy Street. I got the feeling that this was like a big score. They were very excited about this job. But it looks like they lost their leader.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, what?
Guys.
What? Yes.
They were adventurers. They lost a leader.
Oh, what was his name?
Charles. But you're a leader.
I am a leader.
Maybe we should.
But
maybe
I don't
we should
think I
take them
could
in
replace. I mean, I don't know if I could be like Charles in charge over there. So, I mean, it seems like they really actually cared for him. I'm almost certain if I died, you guys would just find a new one. And I thought Eldred was our fearless leader. I'm like third in command.
Eldred says, don't put this on me. I have never claimed to be the leader. I don't know
Well,
how this
you're the
began.
leader now. This is your fault.
Oh, boy. And this is why I drink.
There's many reasons you drink. This is far from the top.
Yes, but right now
drink
this is
as a
the
biscuit.
convenient reason.
Oh, yes, of course. Whatever helps you sleep at night or whatever your excuses. Butterbeer, my friend. Not to sound like we're about to go on an adventure. Oh, God, what poor timing this is. We're going to be gone, hopefully not for too long. We're going to a town called Forest Grove. Do you know where it is, my friend? I know it's west of here, but
Yeah, that's about all I know. It's pretty far west, I think.
okay. Do you have a line on anybody who's got some affordable horses? Or maybe I don't I know some of us aren't necessarily horse-sized riders, carriage perhaps, or I don't know what would be more or less expensive to do.
I
I know some
used
of us could
to
probably
until
ride.
the Mudlarks thing started,
Yes.
and now I don't know who the heck to talk to about that. And
Okay.
I don't know that there's anyone in the city unless you go to the eastern districts, and
I
even
heard there
that.
was some kiosks or something being set up outside of Seven Rivers by,
Oh,
I'm guessing, some
supposedly there's
entrepreneurs.
some, people who are just trying to make a buck off of all of this, and they're letting people know that horses aren't allowed in the city, and they're basically buying them for pennies and then selling them for full price,
Mm,
selling them to
okay,
people leaving for full price.
gotcha. All right, well, yes, we're apparently going to Forest Grove to potentially save a kid. So,
You guys are beginning to have a niche market that you're beginning to fill, huh?
yeah, you know what? It's okay if they only want us to go save kids. I'm actually kind of content with that kind of name branding. We're kids savers or something. Yes, rescue. Damn it, we're down the ranger, so we can't use that. Um, I gotta keep shop talking it, but yeah. I don't know if it would be easier to provision with you, or if you know a merchant in town that we should talk to about, like you said, you know Forest Grove's a bit off. Do you know how many days by horseback that might be? So we provision properly, or do you know who might know this kind of info?
Someone who travels a lot, or
Mm. I
you
was
know,
wondering if you knew any
you
like
you
merchants
could.
that travel the western
Well, if you head down to the
part of.
market, there are a lot of people who come in and bring things in from far off.
Oh, okay. Well, we have to go there to stock up anyway on foodstuffs
Uh,
and whatnot. So,
I
You
still
know,
have to pick up my helmet. My head feels
oh yeah,
naked.
it's probably the lack of hair, but it's growing.
Yeah. Yeah. Grr.
It's fuzzy now. Yes, it's like a brush.
Da.
I reach
So,
up and attempt to like rub the fuzz on Nikita's head.
yes. So butterbeer. Just we're probably going to tonight will be our last night here for an extended period of time. However long it takes to go to Forest Grove, rescue a kid, and then hopefully come back.
okay. You'll take all your stuff with you then?
Yeah, I think just in
Yeah,
case
probably.
the stuff happens, we'll probably end up leaving a letter or two here with you because obviously you don't see Viv around, and just let people know where we're at, what we're doing, when we may or may not be coming back. If
Okay.
not, we'll
I see you're headed up to your room now. Before you leave, see me, and you and I will,
settle
settle
up.
up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, not a problem. I was going to ask you that either tonight or tomorrow morning, whatever.
Tonight would be preferable.
Oh yeah, sure.
Once we're out of earshot of Butterbeer, Reed will say to guys, uh, "Can I help pay the bill? I feel
Oh,
like you've been
certainly.
buying everything."
Well, what I'll do is I'll pay it, and then I'll let you know how much it was, and then you can give me whatever you feel comfortable. That way, we're not sitting there handing pennies back and forth.
All
All
right,
right.
butt trumpet, shall we go get some sleep? I pick butt trumpet up and put her on my shoulders, put them on my shoulders. Uh, if you want to like massage a little bit, that would be great. But just petting me is weird.
Got
And Nikita will head upstairs with the small blue goblet.
it. You know, maybe I should study phrenology.
There
If
you
you were
go.
completely bald and didn't have this fuzz, I could see into the future.
I could try to shave my head again if you think it would help.
I'll talk to Eldred about divination.
There we
Oh,
go.
don't believe a damn word he says.
Eldred
Especially
says,
if it gets you to, especially
I
if you
got
get
this
to
for you.
shave people's heads.
Eldred
Alright,
says,
well.
you got this, butt trumpet. And when we're at the market, we could probably find you a straight razor.
These are my friends.
Sort of.
Okay, so
Off to bed.
Nikita and Butt Trumpet went up to bed. Reed, Eldred, and Gaius, you're there standing in the tavern part of the inn. What do you do?
I think I'm going to bed too.
I'm gonna settle up with Butterbeer. Eldred, you have you sobered up at all yet, or are you still kind of
Fun.
sauced?
I'm still kinda.
Yeah, okay. But why don't you kind of sleep it off?
Oh.
I'm hoping we could leave earlier in the morning.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to deal with reality, huh?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awful. But hey,
Turns to Butterbeer and says, can I get a tankard of whiskey to, as a nightcap for bed?
you're
Butterbeer
boss.
says, certainly. Pours him a real hefty mug of whiskey, and
Why didn't you just give him the
Eldred
bottle?
says, thank you. You are a gentleman, a scholar, and
And a pirate.
sure, and a pirate. And he turns around and heads up the stairs.
He's starting to develop a problem, I think. Anyway, I'll have a drink as well.
Okay, he pours you one as well. He goes, one of those?
Oh, Bacchus, no. If I start snoring like forget it. Like a Nikita.
Reed, did you head up to bed?
I'm heading up now. Yep.
Okay.
I'll see you guys in the morning.
Okay, so guys, it's just you and Butterbeer and a bunch of other patrons.
Ah, Butterbeer. I guess when you're tallying up how much we owe, I'm going to pen a letter for Viv while we wait. While I
Okay.
wait, just basically, it'll just tell her where we're going, when we left, the kind of thing that you would probably know, but in case you're not working that day or whatever, that somebody else could just hand it off to her.
No problem. I'll just let you know, looking at the receipts here and everything I have, we could round it off and just say 50 gold should get you totally up to date and covered.
Okay. There, and Gaius reaches into his pouch, rummages around, and there you go.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, well, you've done a service for us since we've been here. I mean, granted, we've paid for everything, but you did. You also did good by us a few times when we had some unexpected guests,
Well,
which is much appreciated.
I believe in taking care of good people because I know most of the inns in town don't do well with that sort of thing, but it does happen. So
Yes, especially with adventurers, they just have all kinds of stuff happen to them. Oh, FYI, there are some sacks in the backyard that I have put in some old buckets and then covered with stuff that's heavy so the rats don't get to them. Don't have any of your employees open or looked in them?
do I want to know?
I don't know. Do you want to know about severed monster heads? Because if not, then no, you don't want to know what's in them.
Are they
If you,
in really good condition?
oh, we did a good job of I mean, if you want to take a look, I could,
Severed head judging competition.
I mean,
Well,
whatever. If you want to take a gander.
what sort of monsters?
Oh, they were like giant flesh, maybe golems
Golem? Yeah.
might be the appropriate term. Or the imagine if somebody were exposed to some kind of magic field that made them grow large and angry and with subtle powers that are sometimes gross. Or I mean, you can take a look at them if you want.
No. I already know that's not the sort of thing I'd be interested in.
Ooh, okay. Then
You ever get something like a dragon head or something? Let me know. It'd probably
Oh, yeah,
good going
totally.
over the bar, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I'm almost certain the dragon head might be a little bit too large, but I've heard of wyverns before, which are like tinier looking dragon things.
Yeah, well, keep
Probably.
me in mind.
Oh yeah, oh definitely. I will. Maybe the headhunter thing actually isn't a bad idea for a group name. We'll see what what comes up when we wander out of town. Can't just take
The Big
people's.
Tool Headhunters.
Nope, not going with that part. That was a joke. Anyway, so okay, yeah. Just so FYI, don't have them mess around with that, or if they ask what's in there, just tell them no.
No problem.
It'll be gone in the morning with us.
Oh, good.
Well, it's evidence for the guard to show them. Oh, FYI, bud, do not go into the Eastern District at all,
I don't usually, but that sounds a little ominous the way you're
or
saying.
anyone you care about. How about that?
That doesn't make it any more less ominous. What the hell are you
Oh,
talking
sorry, those giant things that we took the heads of.
about? Uh-huh.
We saw them capturing people alive on the Eastern District side,
Ooh.
like adult.
Is that what's been taking
size
the
people.
kids?
We think it's a part of it, but like they have these like green kind of ghostly looking things that also, once the big things incapacitate the adults, these other smaller things drag them away. So those things could definitely get a kid. Oh, that kid we rescued, he looked like he was under some kind of compulsion, like magical impulse being drawn to someplace. So if you see children
Kind of
in
like
the
your
area,
wizard with my whiskey.
yeah, like imagine a kid that was looked like he was drunk or got hit in the head too hard, was
Like the
mumbling.
guy who was waiting for you guys to return so he could go and
Yes.
get
Okay.
that
Now
Mr.
imagine that.
Snooty to show up.
Yeah, exactly. So now imagine him, but without alcohol as the plan.
Ooh.
And they apparently have like a burning desire to head into the Eastern District, into the bitch area. So yeah, the sewers in particular. So just FYI, if kids are doing that around here now, pass
Here.
that along to parents so that they know to be on alert, and they might want to, I don't know if
Leashes.
like a wizard or leashes
I'm in
could
bed.
be a
You
thing.
didn't hear me say
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. No, my inner Nikita in my head is definitely whispering these awful ideas, and I'm like, leash? No, not leashes, but maybe because it feels like it's magical in nature, maybe like a wizard could dispel it or something. Maybe
Well,
free
I
them
don't
of it.
speak to too many parents except the ones who come here to drink.
Well, it's more
Um,
of like for your clientele, and I don't know if your employees have kids or actually Butterbeer. I don't even know if you have kids. Fuck, we are bad friends.
you,
I'm bad
you
friend.
keep
Like
me
we is
paid,
the
so we're besties as far as I'm concerned.
Oh well, okay. Well, regardless, in case you're curious, I am neither married nor have kids. In case that comes up at some unforeseen reason. I
Are
also
you
don't have
getting
a
it?
tragic backstory. No, I don't. No, inner Nikita.
That was your
In my
inner
head,
Nikita again.
no, I'm trying to be pleasant. And have a good night, Butterbeer.
And a good night to you,
Crazy
my good
people in my
friend. And
yes.
he just turns around and pours himself a drink.
Yeah, your town's kind of screwed. Bye. Hey,
Okay.
you don't have a. Oh, Butterbeer, you don't happen to have a satellite branch of Stone's Throw in Ankmar, do you?
No, this is my only thing.
I think you should look into it. Just get some branding, expand. You guys got a great business here.
I'll consider
Good
that.
night.
Good night. Okay, guys, roll me a 20-sider, please.
Fancy. 11.
You come into the room. Reed is on his back, snoring up a storm. Sitting on his chest is the rabbit, just kind of staring at the door as you come in.
I was half expecting the rabbit to be large enough that it was just slowly consuming Reed.
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Is it bigger since I've last seen it?
Give me a perception check, please.
It's been starving for a week.
Oh,
God.
he's probably upset.
It is going to eat
22.
me.
Size-wise, it might be the tiniest bit bigger, but it looks thinner and kind of in need of more food. You also notice that Reed's bag, with that roll, I'll say Reed's bag and a whole bunch of stuff seems to look like it's been in mothballs for a while, but with that roll, you have a feeling that something's been nibbling on just about everything. Even some of the pillows have nibble marks on them, some of the blankets, the mattresses. You see something in a corner that might once have been some form of rodent that seems to be very little left.
Oh, Bacchus.
My
right,
bunny
hold
is
on.
solving the stones throw rat problem.
The bunnies have already solved that. Is it also going to solve the bunny problem? Is the horrifying question. Oh
Bunny
dear,
Civil
Bacchus. Hold on. Gaius goes back downstairs. He's like, "Do you have a butterbeer?" Sorry. Apparently Reed left his bunny here, and it's not dead, but it looks famished. Do you have any kind of meat?
Meat for a
The thing
rabbit.
doesn't. Yeah, you'd be surprised what this thing eats. It pretty much eats whatever, and it's looking like a red meat kind of hunger, not a lettuce kind of hunger.
Okay, that's a weird sounding bunny, but if that's
Oh, it most certainly is. I am just, just a bowl with some whatever you got left over, really.
Okay,
You know,
go-
doesn't need to be anything fancy.
Betty's there. He says, "Betty, take the bar for just a second." Goes in the back. After a few minutes, comes back with a bowl full of scraps. There's a lot of fatty scraps and just stuff that obviously wouldn't be served, like trimmings and stuff like that. And it's a pretty heaping big bowl. And he's like,
Oh,
just tomorrow bring what you don't need, because we don't. I don't think we have a mouse problem or a rat problem, but leaving stuff like this out probably wouldn't be a good idea.
oh yeah, no. I actually think that the rabbit has taken care of some of the rodents that may have gotten in. Anyway, thank you. I just grabbed the bowl of.
As you leave, he just kind of watches you go with this quizzical look on his face.
I turn around. It's magic. I don't know.
It's going to be your catchphrase there,
Yeah.
Gaius.
Yeah. Well, it's magic.
Daddy, where do babies come from?
Magic.
It's magic.
Magic. Oh, it is a form of magic. Go upstairs, open the door, eye contact with the bunny, put the bowl down.
Bunny just kind of stares at you.
Oh. Hey, there. Yeah. Listen. There. I know you understand me. We need a good night's sleep tonight. We're going on an adventure. You're obviously going to come with us. Here. Plunk. Put it down on the floor. Don't leave anything behind. I don't feel like taking... And then just close the door, do my normal ablutions and taking my clothes off and laying them out. And he actually... You know what? Gaius prepares to leave tonight for tomorrow, because he's kind of like that.
Okay.
Brushing his boots off, getting his armor ready, turning around, see if the rabbit has gone to eat.
You notice that the rabbit has been the bunny, rabbit, whatever you want to call it, has just been watching you the entire time. Still sitting on Reed's chest. And you do notice that on occasion, Reed seems like the breathing seems a little forced because of the weight of this rabbit. But he seems for the most part okay.
Sooner or later you're going to have to stop that shit, otherwise you're going to cave in his chest, right?
Just
Have to wear my
continues
armor
to
to bed.
stare at you.
Uh-huh, yeah. I can't wait until I learn how to speak with animals. I don't know how I'm going to learn that, but I will learn it.
Yeah, this campaign is going to take a very large change if that happens, I have a feeling.
Uh-huh. And then Gaius goes back to just preparing,
Okay.
finishing his drink, and then when he's done, just laying down and going to sleep.
Okay. Once you go to lay down, go to sleep, it's silent for a little while, and then you hear like a loud plunk, 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 and then all of a sudden you just hear in the darkness.
That is. They ate Reed's foot.
And a loud burp.
So we'll say Gaius wakes up first, like usual, the next morning. The bowl is completely empty. The area around it is completely empty. The bowl does have like a thin layer of like grease around it from the stuff, but it looks almost like it's been licked.
Fuck, that thing was starving. I mean, I don't like it, but that poor thing. Pack all my shit together, get it, kick Reed's bed. Hey, bud,
What?
rise and shine.
Okay. That,
By the way, you forgot to feed your bunny. I fed him last night. Yeah,
Thank you.
you have a pet. That's irresponsible of you.
I was really tired.
It would have eaten part of one of us last night. I'm almost certain. And guy shoulders everything, walks out the door to go start kicking everybody else's door.
Armor, right? We're in armor. All right.
Everything. We're leaving for a while.
Oh, right. Okay. So Reed starts to get ready.
Okay. You don't
And
see
then,
you don't see your bunny.
Anywhere?
Well, where's anywhere?
Start looking
Okay.
under the bed, behind.
And that's where it is. It's back in the corner under the bed, kind of in a dark shadow under the bed. You see something there.
Is the bed slightly lifted?
Not yet.
When I'm ready to go, you got to come out of there. So I'll finish getting ready. You got a couple minutes.
Okay.
I start packing everything up.
Nikita and Butt Trumpet, you hear a banging on the door, like just a kick on the door.
Yeah.
Oh, oi! Kick it again.
What?
Oi!
You
Why?
what?
You know what? And just walks away.
No, what? Well, shit.
I will
I guess-
leave you here and start a new party. I will get those very depressed people 2 rooms down.
That will be hilarious. Can I watch?
Just
Sure.
like having a sense of humor with them.
Oh, I'll make one happen.
All right.
I look at
Coffee,
Butt
coffee,
Trumpet
coffee.
and grin a little bit, bleary-eyed.
Very,
Get up.
very weak. Very weak high five.
Yeah. I just hold
and-
my hand.
Paul, I assume all of our exhaustion is taken care of now.
All or
One
just-
point is.
Okay.
So now exhaustion 1.
Yeah, everyone now has 1 point of exhaustion.
I am going to take out the nice leather jacket because we will be traveling today and I would like to show it off. And I'm telling myself repeatedly not to put on my armor before we leave the city because we have to go talk to asshole guards.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, one in particular.
And also wake up Eldred.
You hear?
Eldred, don't make me come in there.
I'll be down. I'm good.
If
I've got
I
to
will-
study and
I will summon the undead to drag your body out of your room if you don't hurry.
I will
I will go.
definitely watch.
I will go metal as hell to get you out here in a timely manner. You didn't have to drink a tanker. You've been drinking for a week straight. I am so jealous, and just turn and go down the stairs.
I did it because I care.
Wow, yeah, really sold that point. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So go downstairs and wait for
Okay.
the others.
Yeah, do I even have a bag that I've been putting things in at this point? I didn't think I did.
Yeah,
You
I
can
don't.
put
I think I don't know where you've been putting your stuff, but you never actually grabbed yourself a bag. You have your onesies.
Should I?
I have room in mine.
Yeah, I don't like have much. It's essentially the onesies, the sewer clothes, I'm pretty sure, and the wooden duck.
And your
Don't
spell
forget the
components.
Yes, and my
Spell.
spell components.
So,
Fuck,
Nikita.
that means the spiders.
I'll hold on to them. I'll hold on to the spiders.
Thank you. Like pocket or something. Yeah,
Yep.
thank you.
Pocket spiders. Oh, that's terrifying.
Pocket spiders.
Spiders.
Not nearly as cool
there's
as
your
pocket
group name.
bacon.
Oh, stop.
Gail
Random
Gribble.
words put together.
Pocket spiders.
Not like those losers, the Scourge or whatever the hell.
Shadow scourgers. How do you scourge a shadow?
I don't know, light a
They're probably
torch.
all edgy. They're probably all edgy and stuff.
Black eyeliner.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh God! And I'm gonna say I'm sorry for that comment if anyone happens to be offended.
About black eyeliner?
Yeah,
Why would they be offended by black eyeliner?
if they thought I was making fun of it as a fashion choice, I wasn't. Really,
I think you hurt someone.
I'm jealous because it makes me look even more dead.
Hurt someone deep.
You say that like that's a problem in D&D.
This is true. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah. Or certain nightclubs. Okay, so eventually everyone makes it down and you look like a scout troop waiting for your scoutmaster to take you camping.
All right. So while they were doing that, Paul, let's just say I ordered like a reasonably sized meal and drinks for. I know what people are drinking now. There's coffee. Yeah, there's definitely the iced coffee, spiked and unspiked versions of that, and yeah, you know what? That's it. That's all. Or water. There's no. We can indulge, but only if there's caffeine mixed in with it.
Okay. Okay, we'll say that you have your breakfast. Go on.
Oh, I was going to say, and then whatever the amount was, Paul, I'll take that out of my characters, or we can say is that toward the 50.
Butterbeer
From
says,
before.
I got this. This isn't anything extraordinary.
right.
Just when you come back, remember me, Come on back
Please.
and we'll take care of you.
Oh yeah.
And
Gaius, how much was it? How much would I owe you? Sorry.
Oh yeah. So I had to pay 50 for
Okay.
all of our drinking, eating, staying, that kind of stuff.
You know, I've still got like a fair amount from my cut, I'm pretty sure. So I'd like to at least slide 10 over to Gaius.
Oh, that was much appreciated, Butcher. Thank you.
Would be
And
harder
then,
to swim anyway.
Yeah. And also, like, as you see, he takes the gold from you, and instead of putting it in this pouch, he's like, this one's filled with coppers, and he ties it back to his leg, and he, like, pulls his boot off and pulls out, like, the lining on one thing and puts some coins in there, and then puts that boot back on, takes another one off. Yeah, I've had some times where people have tried to steal things from me. Puts the other boot
Not
back
me.
on.
Not me.
I don't understand why you're such
like-
a charming and engaging social guy.
Oh, it's because I deal with people of ill repute due to being a cleric.
Again, not me. Not me.
Oh, no, I know who I gotta go to if I need someone to steal things back from me.
Yes.
That's me.
Eldred says,
I'm not worried about
if
Reed
I
taking
had
stuff."
a mug of whiskey for every time I had that.
Mm-hmm.
Reed kind of like hides his back, puts his back towards everybody, and starts counting out 10 gold. And then he puts the rest back in his pocket, turns around, and hands 10 to Gaius.
Thank you again. And then
Eldred goes, Reed, what do you got there, bud? My friend, what do you have there? What are you hiding there?
That was all my money.
Oh, and definitely Gaius is looking at the gold to make sure none of it's like dragon gold. He's like, that mother.
No,
will not
regular
be
gold.
cursed.
No, it's the dragon gold?
No.
Okay.
I still have a few of those hidden away, but
Okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, have you gotten rid of any of those?
I don't think I actually have. I might have told guys I did, but I don't.
Okay. If you ever do, let me know.
I will.
Okay.
Because there's towns that need to be destroyed.
Yeah.
You kidding me? Dragon Gold is the coolest gold ever. Come on.
Okay.
Okay, so
guys,
oh, go ahead.
Yes, Nikita.
is it okay if I give you 5 gold now and then 5 gold later after I pick up the helmet, just to make sure I don't zero myself out again?
How about this? Just hold on to it. Get your helmet because we're still going to have to get horses, and I don't know what kind of situation
Shit. This is
we're going to
correct.
run into there. So we might end up having to spend more. Well,
Horse
we're obviously
trading.
going to spend more. I don't know how expensive horses are around here. I'm not from a city, but I'm assuming there is some kind of inflation, price gouging, and also I don't know as a group if we want to get individual. Well, I don't think individual horses will be, as he's looking at Butt Trumpet and Reed,
Yeah.
a thing we should
Yeah.
do. Or
They
if
can,
getting a wagon
bunk
would be
up with
better.
me on a horse or oxen.
Oh yeah, or with me and like between myself and Eldred and you, there's more than enough to have two others sitting with. Like maybe you and Reed, and then Butt Trumpet can hop back and forth or whatever their heart content is. We'll see what's available and what's affordable.
Hopefully one day my bunny will be big enough and we can ride that.
Oh, I'm almost certain that will probably be a thing at some point, and it will only feast on the flesh of the dead. Anywho, so let's get going.
And as we start off, as we set forth, I start whistling.
And Eldred steps in behind you and starts doing the exact same thing.
Gaius goes out back and gets the severed heads.
Swinging
don't forget the heads. This is very important.
What was that, Butt Trumpet?
I was saying that when Gaius gets the heads, he's swinging them in a circle, winding them back.
Oh no, I'm sure these sacks are drippy now.
Fluids.
Yeah, it definitely looks around for like a piece of canvas or something and just like puts like, and then just wraps them up some more and like,
yeah, the bottom of them, the bottom of the bags definitely look wet, heavily wet.
Yeah, no, like gets
And
like
dark.
a piece of like canvas tarp that's like outside and just kind of like drags it over and puts them in there and bags that up and he's like, all right, try not to get that dirty this early in the morning.
So all of you have all your stuff with you, am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and you are in the tavern. Where do you go?
Okay, so we need to. I'm trying. Forgive me, Paul. I need to remember how close is the main guard area we always go to in the.
That's the colonnade.
Colonnade is how close is the colonnade to the market? It's reasonably close, right?
The market is a lot closer than the colonnade.
Okay, so we go to the market. Do what we got to do there?
Okay.
Go to the colonnade. Pass off the stuff.
Okay.
And get back to the edge of town. Hopefully, in a reasonable amount of time. If there are
carriages,
horse-drawn carriages or hansoms or whatever's available just to get to the market, we'll try and flag one down just to make the process faster.
Okay. Roll me a 20-sider there, guys.
All right. 20-sider. Go. Probably not seeing anything available.
Okay. Well, as you go, you start heading towards the market looking for carriages. You do see a town crier who starts reading off the news of the day, and it says, "And more than a week of investigation into the Dragon's Own brewery explosion, some sad news has been released. Donnie and Anton Eustace, known by most as the brothers Eustace, The creators of the Dragon line of ales, beers, and porters, and best known for their purse-friendly Dragon Piss Pilsner and their Dragon Toe ales, have perished as a result of the brewery explosion. The brothers were often celebrated for their rags-to-riches storied rise within Seven Rivers society. Having been raised in the eastern districts, they continued to call it home until only a few years ago when they moved into what some called the Dragon's Lair within the Overlook. The citizens of the eastern districts continued to support their endeavors, and many considered them role models. Though their popularity dropped significantly within the last few years, when many felt that they had turned their backs on their past by raising prices and spending much of their time establishing themselves amongst Seven Rivers elite. Plans were even underway for the building of a Dragon's Own themed tavern in the Overlook. Funeral arrangements have yet to be released. More on this story as it is released. In more disturbing news, 3 more halflings were murdered in broad daylight yesterday. Sources say that the culprits were a man and a woman and what looked like their 2 children, and what has been described as a large black pet lizard. Authorities have refused to speak on whether it is this family that has been responsible for the previous murders, but have said that they do wish to speak to these individuals. And in even more overlooked news, the Skylight Streets, known for being the center of the Overlook's prosperous nightlife, are said to have finally finished cleaning up after what was described as a week-long party celebrating the completion of the epic gambling tournament. The grand champion, Wardruna Narupo, is rumored to be sleeping off this week-long celebration in secrecy now, though still others have suggested that the now infamous dwarf and his elven partner took their mind-numbingly vast winnings and absconded in the middle of the night for parts unknown. Whatever the truth, the citizens of the Overlook won't soon forget the now legendary week-long party of drinking and debauchery within the Skylight Streets.
Well, that's disappointing. No more Dragon Toe Ale. Also, it sounds like our evil twins are murdering people.
Yeah, that
Or
is
us.
disturbing.
Did we kill 3 halflings out in the open?
They said
No.
black dragon.
Oh yeah, no, we don't. You don't have a black dragon onesie, do you, Butt Trumpet? I don't remember seeing that.
No.
Purple and red.
Well,
Yeah,
purple could be.
That one was cooler.
How deep is the purple?
Like what, Mardi Gras? We'll go
Okay,
with that.
that probably not. Yeah,
We'll go with Prince
Purple?
Purple. Kind of
yes.
like Gaius is there.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah.
You think I should be worried that they're killing halflings?
Oh, probably not, because most likely they see other Butt Trumpet and are trying to kidnap that one.
That
Let's
gang
see how
still
that goes.
exists.
Like I said, this is great. We could pass on. Anyone have any outstanding debts they need to pass on to their evil twins? Because I know I do.
This
I
is a
don't
good
think
point.
so.
Oh, this is certainly his. I am. By the way, if people need to start changing their names, let me know. I am an official document. I can do documentation. I can probably get us. Anyone? Reed, do you want to be Rico now, perhaps?
Ooh, I like that.
Reed
I
Suave.
can't imagine changing my name.
Oh,
Rico. Suave.
Rico. Yes,
Rico.
Eldred
Big-
says, so let me get this straight. We are now probably the only adventuring group that has our own notary republic?
probably. I mean, oh, actually, our evil group probably does too, because he's me. So, oh, but the
Notary
thing is, they
Republic?
don't have an Eldred because you weren't there, so he couldn't. He didn't come through the mirror, or he was
Yeah,
just
just
invisible
what
and
you
attacked
did.
me from behind. You know, he might have just been invisible and attacked me from behind. It wasn't a mirror thing. I thought it was a mirror attack. Yeah, no, their Eldred's definitely evil too.
You're getting a little off track here.
That tangent lost me.
Oh yeah. Well, you said there was a family of people like man,
Oh,
woman, kids murdering halflings.
duh.
Anyway, we're still walking as we're carrying on this conversation.
Okay.
Maybe that was evil Gaius and evil Viv, and evil Eldred was invisible, so they didn't think there was a third adult. Although evil Nikita was large. I don't know how they would have mistaken that for a child.
Not just a big kid.
Like a beefy,
Brawny.
brawny kid.
Just, you haven't seen one of those really jacked kids, the weightlifting kids.
I have
You don't
not.
see kids that have worked on a farm.
There you go.
They get large, let me tell you. Anywho, to the market
Okay,
we
so
go.
you eventually make it to the market.
I would like to first pick up the sword that I got silvered. I believe that was from a stand of Carl's, but not the stand.
The sword is there. Did you pay for it?
That one I did because it was only silver, if I remember right. I paid in full.
Okay. He tells you he has it for you, but he has to tell you that he made a mistake and he had it done for you, but he was very wrong. That silvered weapons are usually about 100 gold pieces to have done. But he is a man of his word, he said, so he stuck to the price he paid you, he offered you, and he got a strong talking to for this, and
I can imagine. I will send all future business and people I talk to come to you, and hopefully you can make up for it.
Yeah, I hope so, because I'm going to be my paycheck's going to be a little short for a while, but I'll deal.
Ooh.
But yeah, hope it serves you well. Hope you don't have to use it, because from what I understand, that would be really nasty stuff.
I agree, and I greatly appreciate this. Spasiba. Now, the one with my helmet, wasn't she in?
We're going to have to go there last, because I think that's the Artisan
the
District,
Black
which is
people.
separate.
Yes, Artisan District.
So, okay.
But Trumpet wants a onesie, a footsie. What the fuck is it called? Footsie pajamas.
Footy pajama.
Footy
Footy pajama. Yeah, there you go. The Reed special. Gotcha.
You can find some of those kind of the same place you found your onesies.
Excellent.
And you can decide what you want them to look like, pretty much. They're, footy pajamas, and some have hoodies, some don't. Some are a little more outrageous than others. Some are very plain.
Well, I've got a lovely idea for a set.
Okay.
I'll run this by you. What if it's an even paler sky blue than how I look, even paler than that, with clouds and little yellow bears?
You can find that. The clouds are kind of sewn on and kind of filled with stuffing so that they're puffy all over.
Yes.
And the yellow bears are around, but the one thing that's different is all the yellow bears have little tiny wings on their back.
Oh, that is just darling. So
You are a strange person, but I like you.
Aw, I like you too.
Yeah, guys, get some normal traveling clothes.
Yeah.
Of
No bears with
probably
wings?
there might be some brown and green in them.
At least after the very first scare. But Trumpet, that'll be about 5 copper pieces for you.
And I distribute and change right into them.
Okay.
You're going to get them dirty, though.
Ah, damn it, Trumpet. Go inside the stall or something.
Oh, right, yes.
She's half out of the dragon onesie going, oh, dang it.
Yeah. The thing. Propriety.
Nobody
This
look,
is weird me saying it.
There are some big fluffy slippers that are like really bright pink that you do notice as well if you don't want to get your footy pajamas dirty on the feet.
Are there little pig snouts on the toes?
Sure.
Perfect.
And pig ears as well. And in the back, they have curly tails coming out off the heels.
Excellent.
I am fascinated by the variety. Truly fascinated.
I've had so few simple pleasures in my life before this party.
Oh, I don't.
I'm indulging.
The selection is incredible.
I'm healing my inner child.
Exactly.
So, guys, what were you getting there?
Just getting some just standard traveling clothes, traveling cloak, some changes of basically like he's got his vestments that he can wear, but he's also just getting some just normal wandering stuff because we've some of his clothes have seen some bad times.
Okay.
Yeah, I could use a new black cloak as well.
Oh, you don't want to do
stealthy.
black, Reed. Reed, you don't want to do black because that's our evil doppelganger's color. We gotta
Yeah, this is true.
don't do black.
If we're
Do
going
like
to dump everything on them.
do like a dark green or like a dark brown. Something that won't be as obvious that you're also going to be stealing people's stuff.
Okay, sure. I'll look for a brown cloak.
Okay. You find that without a problem, and we'll say 8 silver for that.
Okay. And how do I need boots, or are my little boots doing all right? You think?
If you want a new set of boots, let's just make it a total of a gold.
Okay, I'll do that.
And Gaius, for all your traveling stuff, we'll say 2 gold.
Boy, guys, I don't know how you do this. I'm running out of money fast.
Good luck at gambling, mostly rigging games of chance, not
So I
doing
guess we
things
missed that.
properly legally.
I guess we missed that tournament, huh?
Oh yeah, no, I'm very much not looking forward to having to deal with that problem later.
But we have evil twins to blame it on. Perfect.
Exactly. Like, what are you talking about? I've never seen you in my life. I'm Jaius. Oh, no, you know what? I got a great name. Old Ben.
Yes.
I'll just see, and then he puts the cloak over his head. Different guy. I'm not the
I don't
cleric
know,
you're looking
guys. To me,
for.
you're going to stand right out.
No, I think I'm good. I think we're putting way too much. We think they're too good. They're not that good. Also not the cleric you're looking for. See?
Hello there. Cleric
Yes.
of Revelry.
Exactly. So, anywho, I pay the gold and look for a purveyor of travel rations and whatnot.
Yeah.
Also, while we're visiting all these different stalls and everything, I'll just say I'm asking around about Forest Grove.
Okay.
If any of the people have been there or know one of the other merchants who either go there, that kind of stuff.
They roll me a 20-sider, please.
I would like to ask not Carl about horses once Gaius is done.
Okay.
12 for the 20-sider.
Carl says, not Carl says, horses are a tricky thing. You're not going to find them unless you go over to the eastern districts, and then if you're going to do it, you're going to have to leave through the eastern gate.
They are only outside of the eastern gate? There's none outside the western gate, perhaps?
I have no idea. I don't leave the city, but
No.
I know all the horses that were quarantined and the ones that were, well, they're all in stables over in the eastern districts.
Okay, that's depressing, but good to know. Spasiba.
Gaius, the couple people you ask, you don't have a lot of luck, but you have one person who says, if you head over towards that section where you're going to see a lot of furniture and such, I believe I've heard someone mention Forest Grove over there.
That makes sense. If they're woodworkers in Forest Grove, I would assume has a forest nearby. Otherwise, they are just dirty liars. So, I'll approach the woodworker section, I guess. Furniture makers, luthiers,
Okay.
whatever.
You find, excuse me, you find a furniture maker who says, "Oh yeah, I'm familiar with Forest Grove. As you can see, I have quite a bit of the work here comes from Forest Grove. As a matter of fact, it's
Uh,
brought in
do you
periodically."
do you visit there at all, or do you
Oh
just
no,
take?
no, no!
No.
They bring it in here and I buy it, and then I
Do you
sell
know?
it to you.
Do you know how long it takes for a shipment from Forest Grove to get here?
Oh boy.
Approximately.
Uh, I usually put in an order when they're leaving,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't usually see the order for about a month.
Now, do they is this like custom made products? Or do they already probably have the stuff made and they're bringing it? Like
They can.
so a month round
There
trip.
are people there who can do custom work. I get a lot of standard stuff because
Okay. So a month round trip with some time to fill your service. That makes sense. Okay. Um oh, I guess I have another question for you. Do you with all the horse issues that we've had here in Seven Rivers, do you know? I know there are horses you can get over in the Eastern District. Do you know if there are purveyors of horses outside the Western gates at all?
I really don't know. I don't leave the city too much.
Well, I figure you didn't leave the city. I just was wondering if any of your agents or people you work with had mentioned that offhand.
Well, I haven't. I'm due for a shipment within the next week or so.
Mm.
Um,
I'm just planning on
I
leaving.
haven't had any shipments from Forest Grove within the last month, but I have had some other shipments, and most of them that have come to
Hmm.
me at my warehouse have brought the stuff via oxen and
Ah,
carts.
mm. Well,
So
because I'm myself and my adventuring crew we're off to Forest Grove to assist them with an issue, and I wanted to see what the easiest and quickest way to get horses would be because we're kind of under a time crunch, if you will. I came to you for your at least a little bit of knowledge of Forest Grove because let's be honest, it's not Seven Rivers. Most people don't know anything about it.
I mean, I've heard of it. It has a good reputation for a few very good furniture makers. Never been there myself. As far as the horses, I haven't seen too many horses in the past month or so. From what I gather,
Me either.
they've all been moved to the eastern districts. I have heard that there are people doing business outside the gates on all three of the gates, and who are
Oh, really?
who are
Purchasing
kind of taking people's horses and giving them pennies on the dollar and then selling them for full
basically
price. And
taking advantage of poor people.
exactly, and people selling oxen and carts for like double the price.
Disgusting.
How much are carts in general, say, to fit two humans, a dwarf, a halfling, and a goblet?
A small cart.
Small cart.
The last time I
Without having these ridiculously overcharged prices. We want to make sure we don't
Yeah.
get screwed, if you will.
Yeah.
I haven't had to buy a wagon or a cart in a while, but because mine's lasted quite a while. But I seem to remember it was like between 30 and 40 gold pieces for the cart.
Right.
Mm.
Wagon.
That's
I
without the
had a
horses.
wagon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. Thank you. I appreciate taking your time and giving us this information.
Well, if you ever need any good quality furniture, you come on back.
Oh, most certainly. I do like the products you sell,
Ah, thank
and
you.
hopefully,
All handcrafted.
uh, oh yes. And then Gaius does like sit there and appreciate the like I did a bit of rough carpentry here and there in the past. I'm more of a that's just I'm more of a vintner than a carpenter. So have a good day.
You as well, sir.
So
And
so Paul, I don't know how much you want to charge, but basically now that I know it's going to be like a month round trip ish, get rations for about that. Nothing fancy.
Basically, you decide how many days for how many people, and basically just go with a silver You can have decent rations, or you can have the bare bones travel hardtack type stuff. It's up to you.
Hmm.
The like
I would say a mix, like expecting to only get there in 2 weeks because of its round trip. Get 2 weeks of decent rations, but then have a spare 2 weeks of just, oh crap, things have gone wrong. We're now going to have to eat hardtack
okay.
rations for the other
It's
half.
not. It's like it's like the equivalent of K. What were they called? K rations, C rations. I forget.
C rations, I think.
C rations.
Yeah, yeah.
But for regular travel rations, number of people per the number of days, and it'll come down to a silver per person per day. And
Right.
for like the bare bones travel rations that'll last like next forever, that'd be we'll say 2 copper per person per day. But that's like
Okay.
that is like C rations, hardtack, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Stuff that is not very palatable, but will sustain you in a really hard situation.
Okay, so it's 70 silver for the good stuff for 2 weeks. Okay. And then copper, it's just 180 copper. Oh, no, 140 copper.
Did I say 2 copper per person per day?
2 copper per person per day.
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I thought. Okay, good. Just one.
Yeah, so then 140 copper. So, guys, once again, just does the math, hands it out. There we go. Oh, we'll deal with it once we're done spending all the freaking money.
Okay.
I'm mostly worried about the horses. Hopefully, when we go to talk to the guard and drop off the heads and whatnot, they can at least let us know what's going on. Because obviously, there's going to be they'll have word from their friends that work the gates if we want to get ripped off, or we should just Eastern District it to get actual real prices and then just go around the city, if that's even an option. Is that an option?
'Cause all those rivers are in the way.
Well, I mean, they have bridges, man. Right? They have bridges outside of the city, right? Right? I'll ask the guards. Damn it. They gotta know.
Real quick.
Or they know a guy who knows.
Reed wants to try and find a cage too, real quick, for this bunny,
Oh, okay.
so that I don't have to put it down every time I need to use my hands. And it runs away.
I don't think it's going to settle for a cage.
You can find a wooden one for like a silver, or a really well made kind of metal one that's a lot heavier for, we'll say, 2 silver. And the metal one's kind of like thick wire.
Nikita, if I got a heavy one, could you carry it till we got a cart?
Duh.
Or you? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I think it'll be too heavy. All right. I'll do the metal one.
We shall find out.
Yes. And
If
the
I
door,
need
the
to
bunny
do
will fit.
A strength check.
The bunny will fit in
Bunny
the door, right?
lifting.
The cage.
Yeah, these look like they were made maybe for chickens or large, like small dogs or large cats. These are the sort of things that when you get into some of the sections of the market that sell live animals, like chickens and things like that, their cages are similar to that.
So I get the metal one then.
Okay.
And I carry it as long as I can.
Okay. As you do and go by, there are people who kind of look at the bunny, look up at you, look at the bunny. You see people kind of talk behind their hands to each other. You hear whisperings and mutterings and eye rollings and...
Yeah, Reed, you're really drawing a lot of attention.
Anybody I catch looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's real. It's real. Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's right.
When you're going around the market, when you go by the produce section, stuff like that, if you kind of veer towards the tent, like every now and then you'll get someone who says, you can't bring that in here. That thing's not welcome in here.
Don't worry, it eats meat.
Like I said, that thing's not welcome here. Unless you want to put it on my wall. And you see, you know, a number of the produce people have pelts, different colored, brightly colored pelts, tacked to the wall.
Morbid.
I would never let them get you, Bunny.
I genuinely can't wait for you to be able to ride that thing into battle.
You might be able to
Yeah,
sooner than me.
I hope you train that thing properly and it doesn't eat you or butt trumpet. Well, it'll attempt to eat butt trumpet, but I'm almost certain we'll be fine. Because then she'll just get large, and then the rabbit will just pop.
Oh, no. It's not good.
What a traumatizing thought!
Mm.
Yeah, I almost died because of that thing. Listen, I'm on good terms with it now, but I'm also
There's an understanding.
yes.
So what else
Anywho.
would you folks like to find and go for?
I'm thrilled as I am.
I'm done.
Good to go to the guards.
So you head down to the colonnade. Takes about an hour. You get there without a problem. You're lugging all your stuff. See Reed there, little Reed with the big cage. Kind of.
Just let me know when you want me to take it off your hands, Reed.
Okay, I'm still okay. I think.
I'm like
Although I'm still-
spotting him with the airport
Right,
light
yeah.
sticks.
I'm still feeling a little exhausted though.
Don't worry.
Me as well.
Once we get some horses and stuff, we'll be all right.
Okay, so we'll say you get to the barracks at the colonnade.
Should
Couple
we
of
ask
guards
for
out
that
front.
Captain Takasha, the elf lady, again, or how do you want to
Yeah,
approach this?
We'll show them our documentation and just let them know that the last time we were in the Eastern District, what we saw, and we show the proof. And then we tell them we're on Palace. We've been dispatched by the Palace to do some stuff out of town. So that kind of thing.
Sounds
So
good.
I guess we. Yes. What was the guards woman name that took over? It was
Takasha?
Octavia. That was. Oh yeah, Takasha. That's right.
Yeah.
Hello, guardsman. Is Captain Takasha in, or any representative? And I pass along the documentation.
What
we
documentation
were over
are you
in
passing?
the older stuff that we had.
Okay.
We had been working in the Eastern District before, and we happened to be over there looking for a member of our party, and we were waylaid by some creatures, is the best way to describe it. And then guys takes the sack and just kind of like puts it down, opens it up, and then like opens up one of the bags, and he kind of like shows the head of the thing. He's like, by stuff like this.
Isn't that neat?
I'll get the captain for you.
Yes, thank you.
Spasiba.
Is it Takasha today, or is there somebody else?
Yes, it's Captain Takasha.
Okay, excellent. She knows us. It's the one group that is kind of a headache for her at sometimes. She'll know.
Looks at you, kind of says, "Okay."
She likes us, sort of. Most of us, not all of us.
This
Goes
is true.
inside, and after a few minutes, Captain Takasha comes out, looking as friendly and personable as usual, and says, "Oh, it's you. You brought body
Monster
parts,
heads.
I understand."
Monster heads.
Remains
Yes,
of
relic.
creatures from the Eastern District. The short version of the story, while we're standing out here amongst people, is one of our party members we thought had gone missing over in the Eastern District. We went looking. We were in the miasma fog that, is over there. And we were waylaid by multitudes of these creatures, and kind of like shows the giant severed head. But
Misshapen. Yeah.
many of these, we killed these two in particular. But during our travels in there, we also noticed that these things were starting to, they would capture living adults, and then they had these smaller green glowing things drag them off into the fog alive.
They were communicating too, duh?
Yeah, there was some bestial roars. I don't know if you had any guardsmen out in that area and if they've reported anything,
Well, we
Captain.
had sent a group into the eastern districts, I think, to follow up on something you had told us about.
Yes,
Da.
the Stradivarnius house, which
Yeah.
we didn't necessarily tell them to go look into that. It was more of a warning about the place.
If I remember
I,
correctly, you had said something about there being lots of bodies in the house.
I would say, yeah, there were remains, but they were also old, like hadn't happened recently. We were just giving a basic description of what we saw, but we also mentioned that the place was dangerous and nobody should really muck about. I
Because
guess
that group came back about a week ago.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
What did they report?
That there was nothing of any interest there, that the house was
Oh,
just empty.
well,
Were they
it was kind
wearing
of like in a
black
sub.
garments?
Oh,
Oh,
ask that again, Nikita.
I was curious if they perhaps came back wearing different colored garments, maybe all black.
Yeah.
No, they just kind of looked the same, except I think we had lost one of the guards who got lost in the mist and hasn't made it back yet.
I
oh,
kind of look at Gaius as if to say, should I say anything or keep quiet?
no.
Keep quiet.
Gaius giving you a look like we don't need to make this any more complicated than
Okay.
we need to. It's like,
Yep.
oh, okay. Well, that's. I'm glad they came back. There, the remains we saw were in like a sub basement, so maybe they didn't notice it or find it. Which it was more of a warning because that place seemed to have some weird magic about it as well. So maybe something that obscures sight. I know it adds confusion to the place and it makes it hard to see at times.
Exactly.
I
You forget you saw
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But anywho, wandering outside of that, not that the mansion is the cause of it, but in the miasma, we found this stuff attacking people. You don't have any. I know you have guards posted at the bridgeheads, but you don't have anyone occasionally just checking up elsewhere in the Eastern
There are
District.
guards doing patrols in certain parts of the eastern districts now. Yes.
Okay, well, I just want to relate to you. This is what we saw when we were over there. As you can see, we killed something just the other day that was out there, and these aren't anything normal.
No, it doesn't look normal to me.
So it was more of like us passing along this info. I don't know what you want to do about it.
Okay.
More of like if you're sending out guardsmen to say patrol, make sure there's a bunch of them, and
Large
also
ones.
if you have people with magic. I don't know if you employ any magic users. You might want to have, especially if you're doing any more investigation of that house. Also,
Well, the guards that came back reported that there was nothing unusual about the house. It was just empty, and they did a full search of it. Um,
I have a question. Did any of them, like for example, when we found that child,
mhm.
they were under like a compulsion to be drawn into the mist and all that. Did the guards seem okay to you? Like
They
anything out of the
seem
ordinary with them?
they seem perfectly fine, but
Okay.
I have to admit that I don't know what happened because they never came back. When they came back, they gave the report and went home and never returned. But we've
They
had a
haven't
few
come back.
problems with guards working the eastern districts who've been quitting. Yes, but I mean
They never came back again.
they never gave us the courtesy of even letting us know. They just never came
I,
back.
Captain, Takasha, I didn't bring this up sooner because I didn't want to seem like a mad person. We had looked back into the Stradivarnius house when we went back over there to look for our lost friend, because we weren't sure if maybe they took refuge there. We found evidence that your guardsmen may have died. We found like bits of armor and evidence of combat. We didn't never found their bodies, but it looked
Except the
like there
face.
had been
Excuse
who
me?
was the guardsman?
Sorry.
Who was the guardsman that was missing amongst the group, who did not return? Do you remember their name?
Yes, I do.
Was it
Was it
Bigglesworth?
Bigglesworth?
Kind of looks at you, eyes go wide for a minute, says, as a matter of fact, yes.
Um,
Shit.
yeah. So when we were in there looking for our compatriots, we, like I said, found bits. We
Bits.
found the face of, I believe it was Guardsman Bigglesworth, tacked to a wall. And, dear Captain, I don't know if you know what kind of powers I have as a cleric, but I do have the ability to speak with the dead as one of my abilities and a couple other things. And I got the impression from the deceased that those guardsmen patrol was wiped out. Actually, that was part of the reason why we were coming, to let you know. But then you had mentioned that they had come back, but now that they've come back and then disappeared on you, this is very unsettling. There are things going on in the Eastern District with unknowable magic, to be quite honest. I don't know. I don't know if you've noticed, Captain. Ever since that comet that had passed a couple months ago, that magic has seemed to be getting stronger again. And I'm worried that whatever had made that hole over in the Eastern District during the Witch War, maybe there's something waking back up. Because if you're telling me your guardsmen went there, were missing for a while, did they tell you any reason why they were gone for so long? Did they give you a
They
reason?
just said they got turned around in the mist.
Well, ma'am, I hate to tell you this, but we think I don't know if they are your men anymore. They might be. I could be wrong. Something could have happened where they were brought back, but Guardsman Bigglesworth, I can very much confirm, was dead the last time we saw or spoke with him.
And spoke.
So, you said you found his face.
I believe so. I communicated to him through it. I don't like talking about some of my powers. Yeah.
Reed is like behind the bunny, like the cage, holding it, and he just kind of turns sideways so you can see his face a little bit. He goes, "He spoke," and he puts the cage back in front.
Did you
So,
find any of the guards' bodies?
no, not really. Well, wait, hold on.
There were newer ones.
We think we might have. Yes, hold on. And then Guys pulls out his like notepad and is like shuffling through stuff. There was because I talked with Bigglesworth. Oh, Smithers? Did Smithers come back?
Yeah.
But you
So,
haven't
I-
seen them since.
No, they came back, gave the report, were relieved of the day to get some rest, and never returned.
Did their families report them coming home?
I don't know, actually.
Well, Captain, I mean, I can, like I said, I can speak with the dead. I talked with Bigglesworth, and then where we found those bodies we reported, we found fresher ones. I used my power on one, and it reported. Now, granted, these things can lie to you. They don't have to tell the truth. I apparently talked to Smithers. I don't get a lot of info from them, but apparently they were all killed over there. I don't know if there's some thing that brought them back. I would probably advise you, the people that have gone missing, check with their families, because they might not be who they say they are. This could be me just over worried
So
because I've
you
been over that
spoke
in the
to
Eastern
dead
District.
bodies.
I spoke to one, and then the disembodied spirit of the other. I'm a cleric, by the way. I don't know if that came across with the stuff I'm wearing.
Yeah, no, I just figured you just were talking to dead bodies.
Oh, it was
Was that an elf
speaking with
joke?
the.
I can't tell if she's making a joke.
He's
I
a
should stay
wizard. He
quiet.
used magic.
He did. He used magic.
You're a wizard
I am
too.
a cleric. I'm a cleric. No, they get confused with they call every magic user a wizard. Just roll with
Oh,
that
I
for
see.
now. Guard captain, there's a reason why I was hesitant to bring this up to you because it seems a bit grandiose. But if what I'm saying is true, all that it'll take you is, I'm sure Smithers and the other guardsmen had friends amongst the guard. Ask them to check up on their friends.
I will
See
do
what
that.
happened. Maybe they're fine. Maybe they're fine. I could be wrong. But if their family doesn't know where they've gone, then there's something stopping you from finding out what's happening over there.
I will also check with.
Intentionally trying to mislead you.
I will also
Just saying.
check with some of the guard posts over in the eastern districts.
Thank you, guard captain. I just wanted to.
No. I thank you for your troubles.
So, I don't, and it kind of gesturing toward the heads. I don't really know it. Do you need this for proof for your higher ups or something? I really
No,
do.
I don't need that at all. That's yours.
Do you have like? Oh, great. I guess I'll
We
find
get
a
to keep
brazier
them?
somewhere to.
Tires?
Yeah, a brazier or
Bonfires?
something to get rid of it
Yeah.
later. I'm sure there's somewhere in the Eastern District we can get rid of these just fine. Oh, guard
Horses.
captain. I don't.
Sorry.
I hate to impose upon you, but we have you here at the moment. We are being dispatched to Forest Grove by some members in the palace to assist with another missing child case. I was curious if you were aware of trying to just get horses in this town seems to be a bit of a pain in the ass. Is there anywhere you would recommend us to go to because we gotta go west. We're
Horses are
trying not to
not
be ripped
allowed
off.
in the western districts. There are
Much.
quite a few that are quarantined in the eastern districts. From what I gather, you could probably purchase some horses in the eastern districts and go out the eastern gates.
Mhm.
I've
How
been
long is it roundabout to get around the city if we do it that way? Like buy the horse, go around the city to the western side. Is that even possible?
It is. It may take a day or two.
Time is kind of the essence, though. Okay.
I do understand that there are some people selling horses and buying horses outside the other gates. Their activity is not sanctioned by any of the guilds or any authorities of the city.
Opportunists.
I wouldn't
That-
recommend purchasing from undesirables like this, but I also can't stop you.
So I guess I know you said that most of the horses are over in the Eastern District. Do you happen to know one you would recommend that would probably be the one of the better ones, perhaps?
Well, the problem is
Or if you don't,
all the horses that are now in the eastern districts are under quarantine.
They cannot be purchased or.
Correct. Although I have heard of some being sold and being released out the eastern gates, but we don't know whether or not those horses are sick or not. We are still
Okay.
trying to root out who is doing this, but
okay.
it is something that has been occurring.
So
And
either
if we
by
get our
a
hands on
potentially
whoever's selling them, there will be a price to pay.
so we either buy potentially sick horses illegally, I basically, or we get overcharged for healthy horses. That's not necessarily illegal, but frowned upon.
You could buy oxen in the market, though people are doing that quite a bit. And but because of the high demand, I believe the price of those has gone up as well.
Yeah, and we're going to Forest Grove, which sounds like a good 2-week hike in one direction, so I don't know if oxen are the best way to do that. So I appreciate your time, Captain. Do you have any other questions for us?
Oh no, no,
Okay. Well,
I've heard
if
I've heard
plenty.
quite enough.
Okay. Well, like I said, we'll be gone for maybe a month or more, but we plan on coming back for and being at the Stone's Throw. So if what we told you hopefully helps out, you'll be either able to find us or you can leave us a letter there. Maybe one of our compatriots will stop by and pick it up. Who knows? It's Stone Throws over in the Library District, in case you were not aware.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you cleared that up for me. Thank you.
Oh, not a problem, Captain. Just trying to be good Seven Rivers citizens, if you will.
Are you gonna miss
going
us?
to speak with the dead in Forest Grove?
I hopefully don't won't have to because we're looking for a child.
Yes, I
If
hope
I
you
have
don't
to,
have to as
that
well.
is not me either. Hopefully, mostly just hurting bandits is what I'm hoping. Probably not going to be that, but one can dream.
Yes, yes. A lot of people dream and have dreams and such. You are absolutely right.
You're gonna miss us,
Okay.
aren't you, Captain?
Oh,
Can I
tremendously.
insight check the captain?
Oh, absolutely.
She's seeming a little weirder than usual.
Mind
Get ready.
The
control.
guards. The guards are all replaced with ghosts.
Right, yeah. Regular roll. We're down to exhaustion 1. Do we
Correct.
take anything off?
Yes. That's -2 on all rolls and -5 on movement.
Whoa.
I
Well.
can see into this elf's soul.
You've been hanging
It's a
around
dwarf
Gaius
ability.
way too long.
Not long enough.
That's not exactly how this works, but
I
okay.
know, I know.
Okay.
That's exactly how it works.
And this is why we can't have nice things. Everybody but Nikita, please take off your headphones. That was a very good roll. So here's the deal, Sparky. You are absolutely correct. The captain is acting odd. But with an insight check like that, I am going to tell you that you're really not surprised that she's acting odd because she probably personally saw her own guards come back and report to her that the house was empty, nothing unusual, nothing odd at all. And you do know that before the guards left, you had reported some very outrageous things. Whether or not they be true, to someone like Captain Takasha, they were outrageous things. So they sent the guards over there. The guards came back late, but they did come back -1, stating no, there was nothing to be seen over there, nothing unusual at all. Everything was fine. And then on top of that, you have one of your party members telling the captain that they were speaking to the dead, including dead members of their guards, which someone like Takasha might think they thought was funny because people saying they talk to the dead isn't always something that you take as serious. That's all. might be a sign of something, mentally deficient or
Right.
something like that.
Right.
Remember, these are guards who deal with uh, all levels of education and mental health within the city. At this point, after all the things that have been said in this interaction, you can tell that this guard is kind of biding their time until you leave and is just trying not to.
No sudden movements.
Exactly. The captain says, if I thank you for all this information, if there's nothing else, I do have a number of reports I need to file.
Spasiba, we
Appreciate it.
greatly appreciate your time listening to us and hopefully, unfortunately, believing us.
Well, I wish you safe travels. I hear Forest Grove is a lovely place to settle down and raise a family and
Have
possibly
you
be a
been
hub
there?
for. Never in my life. I just hear it's nice.
Okay.
Safe travels, and then just kind of backs away and turns around and goes inside, and you hear the locks and everything and the bolts back on the door to the barracks as you stand there.
I don't think she cares for us much.
Nikita kind of jerks her head back towards the bridge and, well, she has a lot on her plate. Come on.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Oh.
I bundle up my heads.
Yeah, shuffle
Yeah.
behind her.
Why did she tell us to go start a family over there? What's going on?
Yeah, because she doesn't want us to be here anymore. Obviously.
Nah, we
So,
scared.
not so
I'm
subtle.
pretty sure we scared the poop out of her, or she thinks we're absolutely batshit crazy.
I can't imagine why she would think that.
Some people have no imagination, it just weird shit happens, and they assume no, you're lying, as opposed to anyway.
That's why we bring the heads. They're proof.
Exactly.
She should believe us.
Exactly. But then not to even keep the heads for evidence, I am still very concerned about the quality of these guards. Maybe the next time we see Lord's Fancy Pants, we can talk to him.
Sounds like a bunch of the guards are like spirits now or something, or ghosts.
Or undead.
Or undead, which I think
Or
is worse,
possessed.
but I honestly don't know.
I'm kind of
Can you
worried
capture
about what
that?
happened to Octavia and our other friends.
They said they were moved to another area.
Yeah, I wonder if they were moved to their graves. Well,
I
that
hope
would be terrible.
You just drop that there.
What? Which part?
Just that they might be dead.
Yeah, they might be dead.
He is a very
It's not like I
depressing
can't talk to
cleric of
them.
revelry.
Yeah,
I am
fuck
a
it,
very
never mind.
joyous. Listen, just because you're dead doesn't mean you can't have a good time. I know how to fix most of
I
that.
am now very concerned, and I will back away.
What?
Oh,
Be weird about it.
man.
Hey, just be happy I don't have like zombie porters or anything because I'm feeling lazy. All right, let's go get your helmet.
Exactly. Let's go get to my helmet.
Oh,
I would
and
think
as we're walking,
seeing my bunny would really raise the mood. I'm surprised.
some people just don't have good taste. So as a group, what do you guys think? Should we get a potentially sick horses on the cheap, or should we go with healthy horses that are probably very expensive? The sick
I don't
horses
think
will
it's
probably
low on
add
this
a
one.
day.
As long as-
Any of you can start talking. I don't care who.
I'm running out of money. Just so you know.
Gotcha. I expected
Yeah,
that
I
to
don't
be a problem.
personally mind if they're sick, as long as that doesn't spray on any of us.
Knowing our
I
luck,
actually. Oh, well. I mean, I guess I might
We'll just get an
be able
umbrella.
to.
We have to wear our sewer clothes while we're riding.
I am
Uh.
thinking if we go into the eastern districts, we can actually check if we see any guards and possibly ask them either about Octavia or the horses. Unless
Well,
she is
apparently, The Eastern District horses, it's illegal to buy those. So I wouldn't ask guards about that.
Well, we could at least talk to them about the ones out. Fuck.
I mean, we could
What if they're
waylay
not?
What does my what
If
say?
what if they're not sick? But they've been. Okay, we don't have to ask the guards about the horses, but we can ask about Octavia, perhaps.
Oh, yeah, we could. See if she's still alive and kicking somewhere. Or unalive and
Kicking
mauling
somewhere.
the innocent. Yeah. So is the group consensus we try for the cheap horses then? Okay.
Sure.
All right. Just checking.
Are we going to get a cart for those of us who aren't really good at riding horses?
We'll see what the prices are first.
Okay.
If we can afford a cart, having a cart and then having like a horse or two combined might be a good idea, in case we got to go fast. And then, who knows, we might have so many riches we need the cart to drag it around.
That is a very positive thought. I appreciate it. Also,
Or we could probably buy a cart in Forest Grove for probably way cheaper.
This is true.
I hear they have wood.
Eldred says, really? A place called Forest Grove has wood.
They could be lying. Oh, I really hope they're it's like a lakeside venue with no wood now. Because they cut down all the trees
Right.
a century ago.
There might also be traveling merchants we could pay to get a ride with. This is how I originally came to the city. Even if they just take us to the other fucking side of the city or as close to Forest Grove or just going west, and then we hoof it, no pun intended, from there.
I like that
We'll
idea.
see.
'Cause then we can meet new people.
Well, one thing we don't want to do is take our time, though.
I know.
Missing kid thing.
Yeah.
Missing kid thing
Yeah.
is a problem. Yeah.
Eldred says, missing kid with more than a week extra tacked on. Or so I get. That's what you gathered, isn't it? That's what I kind of gathered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they definitely wanted us to start this a week ago. I don't know why they just didn't skip to Scourge Stain or whatever that other group was if we didn't respond on the first day or two.
Crunchy
But
Scourge.
whatever.
Yeah, fuck it.
I don't
Let's
know.
go get my helmet and then-
Their name isn't very catchy. It doesn't stick in the
No.
head.
Like big tool headhunters.
Shut up,
That
Elton.
would
Nice.
definitely
Quite
stick
you.
in it.
It sticks somewhere. Anyway,
Yeah. All right. Artisan
having-
district?
yes. By the way, while we're traveling, looking around for a hansom or anything, and then I'm going to interrogate the driver about where we could potentially get horses at a reasonable rate.
Okay, give me a 20-sider, please.
What are we gonna do with the heads?
I'm just going to pitch them somewhere at some point.
If we're in the Eastern Districts, we could.
Yeah, if we're in the Eastern Jet, I was thinking about just walking over the bridge and just chucking them in the river and be like, it's the lake's problem now.
The fish will nibble.
Some kid's going to get horrified. Be scarred for life.
If we're lucky.
If we're lucky. It'll be a great short story. Head by me.
All of the carriages and hansoms and everything that you see all have people in them.
Okay. Well, just keeping an eye out while we're going to the Artisan District. And
Okay.
Nikita,
After an
you
hour
might
or
need to
so,
help
you
with the
make
bunny
it
now.
up there.
You might need to help with the bunny now.
All right.
also,
you.
I have no idea where we have to go now.
You were with me
Wherever
when we
help.
went to talk. We paid for half of the helmet.
I wasn't paying attention
You
to
were.
the direction. I know it's the Artisan District.
Oh,
I
okay.
went to the map
It's,
maker.
it's right in front of the Black Cathedral, which is black a lot because of the smoke from the forges. So, yeah, it's
okay.
fine. I will balance my bag, a shield on one arm, bunny like this on the other. If Gaius, if you could carry Butt Trumpet or maybe Eldred.
Do you want me to carry Eldred?
Sure.
Eldred
You know
goes,
I'm
I wanna-
goblin.
That doesn't. Man, you're like 2 inches taller than me. Get out of here. I grab Butt Trump
But
and
he's
just.
skinny. He'll be light.
I'm sure he is.
We
He's
can
also
all
got
ride on each
long-ass
other's
legs.
shoulders. Eldred could get on
Really
your shoulders, and I could get
can't
on
wait for
Eldred's shoulders,
horses.
and then Butt Trumpet could get on my shoulders. And imagine how tall we'd be.
Eldred's height
I wonder
plus
if
Hopefully I
the-
don't grow again.
I wonder if the evil.
Yeah,
Beast
that would be
has this
bad.
problem. I wonder if I can just swap places with the other guy. I wonder if they'd even notice.
You have to find them first. Find the concentration of halflings
I'll
that
just
they're killing.
file the pile of halfling bodies that they leave in their
Yeah.
wake.
Okay, so you make it to the artisan district. You make it
Yes.
to
Whatever the
the
hell.
booth where your helmet was being done there, Nikita.
Yes.
Yes.
Do I
It
see
is-
the lovely lady who was working on it?
Yes, you do.
Hello! I'm actually back for my helmet.
Ah, yes. I expected you a little sooner, but that's no problem. I have it right here.
Time gets away from you sometimes, unfortunately, in weird ways.
Oh, I can imagine. Here you go.
It was 35 gold total, and I paid you 18 last time, so I owe you 17.
Correct.
Excellent. I will give her 17 gold, and then I will. Oh, yeah, we're doing it. I will try the helmet on.
It fits nice and snugly now. There has been a lot of padding added to the inside to make
It doesn't
fit,
rattle.
and you even have a little bit of a strap for underneath.
Oh, this is so smart. Spasiba. I am very happy. I am a very
So
happy
am
boy.
I.
And it's been polished and buffed, and the wing has been fixed.
Yay! Take my broken wing. Yeah.
That looks really good, Nikita.
Yes, I finally feel whole again. Shit, it's heavy. Okay.
Point made.
Yeah. Thank you very, very much.
Ah,
Oh,
you were
hey.
about? Yes.
Should we ask her about horses, or probably doesn't know anything? What do you think?
It can't hurt. You can always ask.
Duh. Have you heard anything about like the horse situation? Sorry. The horse situation. Do you know anyone who buys or sells them, maybe that aren't sick, that we could get a hold of not too expensively?
The only horses in the western districts are the ones by the carriage and cart drivers and the basically the handsome,
Duh.
and they're very protective of their horses because they don't want them getting sick and they don't want to get sick. All the other horses are in the eastern districts, and no one cares if people get sick over there, I think.
Oh no, you are correct 100%. Yeah.
Nobody cares about that place at all.
Nope. Except us, because we keep going. All right. Do you have anyone in the Eastern District you need us to take a message to, or are you all good?
I don't know too many people in the eastern districts, actually.
Oh,
But I
okay.
thank you.
No, of course. Of course. You have been greatly helpful, and I really enjoyed meeting you. We're going to be traveling to Forest Grove. Have you heard of it?
I think I've heard the name, but that's really about it.
Thank you
It's
again.
Nowhere nearby, I would imagine.
No. No, it is not. That's why we need the horses.
Ah, of course, I should have guessed.
Yeah.
Well, good luck
Or
with that.
oxen. Yeah, spasiba. We're going to need it, I think.
Well, oxen are always good if you don't, if you have all the time in the world.
Which we do not.
Ah, then probably not oxen.
Das Vidanya. We hopefully will see you again at some point in the future, but going to Forest Grove, it might not be for a while.
Yes, Dachshund Vidalia to you as well.
That's actually pretty
Ooh,
close.
Nikita. He
What?
speaks your language. He speaks your language.
She did. She was pretty good too.
Or she did. Yeah.
And a sausage dog and sweet onion to you as well, young man.
Ooh, that sounds good. A
Nikita's
sausage
just
dog?
grinning. She thinks she's cute, so it's like, yeah, okay, she can fuck it up. It's fine.
Okay, we're leaving, I guess.
Yep, we're leaving. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Come back again if you need anything else done.
We
Tell
will.
your friends there if I notice your tall burly friend has his armor could use some buffing and polishing and such if he ever needs that.
There you go, guys.
We also polish clouds and yellow bears if needed.
This is why I like her. Very, very
Well, she
handy.
is just lovely.
Yep. Friendly.
I completely checked out. What the hell is that about polishing clouds? What?
I did.
The hell
She
is in
offered
the
to
forge smoke
polish
in
your
this side of
armor,
town?
Gaius. She offered to polish your armor if you required.
Oh, please.
But then she also mentioned she could polish the onesie.
She's about 8 inches taller than you guys. She's very,
hello.
very strong
Exactly.
up top. Her biceps are about the size of your thighs.
Nice.
Rawr.
But she has a
You could
small,
carry
the
me
face
away
of
right
a
now.
small angelic child.
We're leaving now before this becomes a thing for someone else.
Goodbye.
All right.
Next,
How do we get to...
Gaius likes big women as well. Apparently.
Anyway,
She was large.
I like Big Smithson.
Anywho.
I cannot lie.
Not lie. Pretty
You other
much. Pretty
can't
much.
deny.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we have to go back down to the fucking colonnade to go over to the Eastern District? Or no, we can get to the drinky area and go over through that way. Tipple flow? Tipsy nipples? What?
Tipsy
Tipsy
nipples, that is
McSwaggins.
exactly what it is.
Eldred says, I think Gaius was telling me about that section down by the docks.
What was
Oh,
in that
don't
iced
go
coffee
there
this
this time
morning?
of day.
What was that, Gaius?
Booze was in the coffee, and oh, you don't want to go now this time of day. The place by the docks.
No.
The nighttime's the right time.
To flowing tipsies.
Yep.
Before you do that, Eldred says,
Oh, crap. What?
we're here in the Artisan District.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
Map maker.
What were you going to
I
say,
cut you
Eldred?
off.
Was that it?
I was going to say, since we're here in the Artisan Districts, I'm gathering from the questions that no one knows where this place is.
Oh.
All right. Yep, let's to the map maker. Excellent job, Eldred. This is why we keep you on the payroll.
Oh, okay.
And
I
it's
can
not
make that.
because of your perky nipples.
Or the fact that you're the boss, apparently.
Yes.
Wait,
Oh,
does he
don't.
get paid? He gets paid like regularly?
Yes. I get benefits in vacation time, too.
By the way, Pat,
Wow,
last week
okay.
is your entire vacation time. Is just
Yeah,
good news
exactly.
is you have unlimited sick time. So
That's fair.
it's
That's
Yeah.
fair.
yeah, it's just. But I'm the cleric, so I just heal the sickness. So it's kind of like, oh, you're sick? No, you're not. Get back to work.
I am due
I was
for an extra
possessed.
week of vacation.
Oh well, you know, we'll see how Forest Grove goes. We can negotiate some more paid time off.
And that right there shows who the leader of the group is. Who's the boss?
Charles in charge, or Carl's, whatever that poor guy's name was. Whose
Charles.
body we'll probably find on the road.
Carl.
Charles in charge.
Mm.
Yes, to the
Alright.
map maker we go.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Unless he's back from the dead too. Map maker.
Ooh,
You recognize the sign outside that says McNally's Maps. Open the door, a bell rings, and there's sitting on the same very tall stool behind the very same tall desk, writing away on something. You see the young man with the large glasses look up and go, "Oh, hello there again, and how are you today?"
oh, we've had better
Hello.
and we've had worse days. How
This
have you
is
been?
true.
Things have been busy. They've been slow. It's been a little bit of all sorts of stuff over the past week. Had a lot of people kind of buying maps for that tournament. They wanted to get an idea of the city and different parts of the city and things like that. So we sold out of a few things there. I've got a few things left of different parts of the city, stuff like that. But yeah, it's been a busy couple weeks. It's a little slow right now, but I'm just happy for the breathing room. I have a lot of work I gotta get caught up on.
Understandable. I have a question for you, my friend. We have business that's going to be taking us west of the city to Forest Grove.
Ah,
Do you have some kind of map of that general area or something that we could potentially peruse this, to help us on our trip?
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Somewhere I know I have a very old map of Forest Grove, but I also have two different maps of the Barony, which will show you exactly how to get, which can show you exactly how to get to Forest Grove.
Ah, excellent.
I have
I
a
guess
color map, and
we'll.
I have a just a standard parchment map.
I think the standard parchment will be fine. I think it. I have a feeling this is just going to be like a one and done kind of mission there and back again.
Okay.
So I think the colored map might be a little unnecessary.
Too much.
If we
Well,
find we need it,
if
we
you're
might end
going
up
to be
doing it.
traveling the Barony, a map's always a good thing to have, so you know where you're going.
We might
Yeah.
luck if we luck out and need a more improved one. We know where we're going to come to go get the better version.
That's
But
good
you
to
also
know.
mentioned, you also mentioned an old map of Forest Grove.
Mm.
Can we
Yeah, I
take
can look for
at least
that.
a gander at that? Yeah, could you? Because I don't know what we're going to be. We're being sent on a mission to help save a missing child. So
Oh,
potentially knowing the lay of the land will be helpful. Even like an older version, in case the kid
Yeah.
fell down an old well that somebody forgot about or something. Hopefully, it's that simple.
Yeah.
yeah. The map of the Barony will run you about 100 gold pieces. The old map of Forest Grove, I have it here somewhere. That would normally go for. Back in the day, it probably would have gone for 75, but it's out of date, so I'd be happy to sell to you for 35.
All right. Yes, sure. You know what? 135.
You know what? You talked about coming back for other maps and such. I'll tell you what. Just making it even 130. How about that?
Oh, it's much appreciated. Oh, and believe me, if like I said, we're going to Forest Grove, but we're doing so at the behest of some people from the palace. So hopefully, if we do well enough on that, they'll be dispatching us on more adventures around the barony.
Here is the Barony.
The south. Oh, there's Forest Grove. Oh, it is along the lake. Excellent. Sham.
By the way, this is. I just realized this map is not my most up to date one.
Mm-hmm.
Of the most up to date one, I by next week I will have it uploaded
Okay.
here for you, and I will also have the one for Forest Grove uploaded for you as well.
We'll appreciate it.
Sorry. Got it.
Well, after we've been to the map maker, so now we have an approximate direction and everything we need to go. I can't think of any other reason to try to, if everybody still has consensus on going to the Eastern District to try to get some horses, and of course, try to flag down a hansom or a cab
Okay.
or whatever. to get there
Eldred,
quicker.
Eldred does ask, do we know you yourself said buying these horses is illegal? We
Yes.
know how to go about doing this. Plus, we're going back into the eastern districts where you said where those things are.
Well, that was in the misty part of it. We
Do we
haven't
know where
seen
the
anything
horses
outside
are?
of that. Is that's an excellent question. We don't know any of that. Does anyone remember or have any friends? I don't feel like going wandering in the Eastern District again. At least the parts with all the monsters.
What about
Yeah,
Goblin
well,
Town?
I
Can
was gonna
we
say The
circle
Godfather.
around? Yeah, the
Well-
northern part and ask.
Well, here's the thing. Time is a factor. We're
Yeah.
going to have to do that on foot and basically go around, all the way around, which, if memory serves me, takes over half a day to do or more.
I thought
Right?
somebody said like a day or two if we're going to be going from within the eastern
Well-
districts out the eastern gate and all the way around.
Right.
Oh, no. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about us getting to Goblin Town
Oh, yeah.
to talk to somebody. So that would be adding almost 3 more days.
Because I'm thinking
on
also
top
like,
of,
has anyone been out there? Like, how do you get up those cliffs?
I haven't. We came through the north, like, Cloud Top District or whatever the hell it's called. Cliff
Overlook.
side. Overlook, thank you. So many high places in my head right now. But yeah, I honestly don't know how to get around that. So I listen, I'm all about saving money, but these are all good points. So we don't know who to ask yet. At the very least, our contacts that we do have are in Goblin Town, which are a half day to get to if everything goes well. Then we got to haggle for them. And then we have an extra 1 to 2 days of getting around the city to the west side.
Well, I'm just thinking if we're already late and this kid is missing, I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel
You
like
know what? Let's go see how much they're going to overcharge us. And if it's economically not feasible, then we're going to have to settle for the cheaper horses or hoof
Or
them
ask
on foot.
or merchants or start walking.
That's
Mm-hmm.
another option. If there are
Okay,
people
so
heading to
where
Forest
are
Grove.
you headed?
I guess we'll head toward the
Western
western gate
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and try to hitch a ride somewhere at some point if we can.
Someone roll me a 20-sider.
I got it.
I'll do it. Look, never mind.
Someone else can do it.
Okay,
didn't say I
so
was
that's,
doing
that's
that.
enough. So it takes you a while.
Well,
It
number
takes you a
one.
while to get down to the western gate, which is kind of a little bit above the docks and a little bit below the temple district. It takes you a good while to get over there from there, and you do come across another town crier, and it's very much it's a different town crier, and it's very much the same of what you heard earlier in the day, with one exception. This town crier tells you that more news has been revealed that the 3 halflings were not actually murdered, that it was actually self-defense, as the halflings were trying to steal the pet lizard from this family, and that it was the family that ended up killing them in self-defense. And so the guards do not think that this family are the serial killers that are going around killing halflings all over the city. And that's when you, shortly thereafter, you make it to the gates, and that is where we're going to call it a night. Okay?
Alrighty.
I was almost out of town.
No one leaves Seven Rivers that easily.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We stream Sunday nights on Twitch at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Grognard and Friends, and catch up on previous episodes on YouTube at Grognard and Friends. We are new to this. We're a small streaming group. We're just here to have fun. We love getting new friends, so please feel free to give us a follow or a subscribe or a thumbs up. It means a lot, especially for somebody as small as us. And wherever you go, whatever you do, we do ask, please be kind.